Welcome back to the program. It's the Rock 100.5 Morning Show. My name's Jason Bailey right there. That's Southside Steve.
Come on!
You know, Steve.
What?
You've been doing this a while.
20 years.
When you have guests and you know them for quite some time and then they get big and they get on national television, it's only a matter of time before our friend Ted Jenkin here with oXYGen Financial will leave us because he's now a contributor to CNN. I saw him on the TV, and I'm like, that guy's, we're going to be nothing to him.
You know what's worse than leaving us is staying around because he feels bad and blowing us off twice a month, last second. Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Got to go to CNN.
Got to go. CNN needs me.
Ted's over there.
Well, I had a call from Hoda and Kathy Lee. I just don't drink white wine, or I was going to go on the Today Show.
And you know what? I believe you.
Doesn't surprise us, actually.
That's I believe you, Ted. I think that's a real story. You're just joking about it right now. You're just trying to make the two stupid radio guys feel better about ourselves.
No problem.
5 smart financial New Year's resolutions. Before we start getting into that, my friend, I got to ask you, can I get rich if I wait until oil hits the bottom of the barrel, no pun intended, at like $28 a barrel and buy it? Because you know it's going to go back up.
Hey, look, it's like anything else. You want to buy things when they're low, and you want to sell them when they're high. So
I've always heard that's the golden rule.
That's the golden rule. So,
every idiot knows that.
I know.
But that's true. But how many people actually act upon it? Right? When stocks are up or their investments are up, most people don't sell.
Is that what to do, though? I mean, to buy because it'll probably go down, another $10 a barrel at least?
I mean, I can't give specific advice on the radio about what's going to happen with oil, but I will say that it's starting to become a very attractive value right now.
And I can go to you for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and you don't just have to buy one individual oil stock or, company. There are different funds that, will give you some diversification as well. But
can we go halvesies?
I'm starting to look attractive now.
Like, can Southside and I go halvesies? Like, if I give you some money, he gives you some money?
Yeah.
Can you guys want to set up a joint account? That's
we can do a joint account.
Oh, I love joints.
Yeah.
For you guys, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll put you down as relatives or
whatever
it is.
We'll just do like the BS account.
That sounds like a plan.
It's minimum $100,000 though.
Okay. What?
Maybe we should go tripsies.
Can we go fourple? Who else do we know?
Fourple.
Does that mean I put in $98,000 and you guys each $1,000?
I was thinking that.
All right.
We're still partners, aren't we?
Get your buddies over there at CNN. Get your Anderson Coopers and your Robin Meads of the world to chip in.
But yes, I think it's a good time. I think it's a good time to be looking at it now. I do think it's going to go a little bit lower, but I think there's going to be some very attractive values.
We're at $50 a barrel right now. Am I correct? That's what I heard
I think
yesterday. You can say yes to that. I mean, that's what I heard. Now, it's also the stock market was going nuts yesterday. I'm
down 331 points.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
You're going to see a lot more volatility this year. In fact, the last quarter of last year, a couple of times you saw 1,000-point slides. And that's when people get nervous, but then it bounced right back up. So you're going to see a lot more volatility in the market this year.
See, this is the stuff. This is the guy stuff, all right? Not the bachelor crap that you want to talk about, Steve. This is the stuff that most people don't understand because right now,
yeah, you're right.
I actually sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I
have absolutely no clue how the stock market works, but I know enough to have a conversation. I sound like one cool mother right now.
Oh, if I'm in my car, I'm going, that Jason Bailey guy? Dude.
What do you need Ted for? Let's just get financial advice from Bailey.
Yeah.
But I really have no idea. But I sound like I do. But this is interesting for guys that people that are listening right now, they're going to work. They can have the same conversation and sound smart and actually maybe make some money.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good opportunity as well to look at some of the airline companies or some of the freight transportation companies. I don't want to give specific companies on the radio, but I will say that you haven't seen airline prices come down, have you?
No, and oil prices are.
You make your own conclusion. But those are different arenas that I would be looking at as well that may produce pretty good results later on in this year.
And I want to do something in the middle of the segment, if you'll allow me, my partner over there.
Oh, you do it every morning.
Thank you, brother.
Southside Steve.
Yeah, buddy. I have people come up to me, and they literally showed up, and I happen to be at 37 Main, and they're like, hey, man, is it possible for us to actually get with oXYGen Financial and Ted, or is that just a segment y'all do? Like, they thought that they couldn't call you.
Oh,
so I'm like, I just want to let everybody know that you can get this great advice at oxygenfinancial.net.
Right then.
I don't know, Ted, how to get a hold of you in the middle of a segment, and you'll deal with anybody, even if they make $25,000 a year.
Well, look, we want to help out all the families here in Atlanta. We've never had minimums at our firm ever. For that very reason, that there are families out there that make $50,000 or $100,000 a year, and they're living paycheck to paycheck. and they just can't figure out how to make ends meet. And it becomes a function of sitting down and figuring out their budget or maybe getting out of credit card debt. And then there are people that make $1 million a year that listen to the show that are thinking, I'm getting killed by Uncle Sam. So you have both ends of the spectrum.
That's actually a very good point, because a lot of people don't
Yeah.
that don't realize that you can invest your money, and you should invest your money in a smart way, like with Ted and you know the smart people he has at oXYGen Financial. You don't have to be a millionaire to invest your money. I am far from it, let me tell you. But I've been investing since I was 21 years old.
Well, it's scary out there, man. And I never really felt it until you get married. Then you're like, oh, God, you know, I haven't even had kids yet. But if I do, it's like, man, I better have my act together. It's not about, hey, man, I'm going partying. You got to put some money aside. And right now are times that I think we can take advantage of the market.
Well, you're in a good spot because you're going to get, what, Social Security next year?
It's coming. I got that ARP. What is that thing that you get the discounts?
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They sent me that damn card. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, in fact, it's funny that you bring this up, totally off topic, but this is the first year, you know, and that Gen Xers will turn the age of 50.
Oh.
Okay, the first Gen Xer was born classically at 1965, so every
That's
Gen
really
Xer
that
going for
early?
that early, yeah, 1965. In fact, my sister, who's 4 years older than me, is going to turn 50 this year, and she's going to start getting AARP material. Now, no Gen Xer that was watching Family Ties and The Facts of Life thought that they would be getting AARP material, but now you're not a kid anymore. You got to start thinking to yourself, retirement or making work optional, it's just not that far off.
Yeah,
Well-
I never used to take this segment serious until this year.
What's great
I got
about
that ARP crap in the mail. I'm like, oh my God, I got to call Ted.
What's great about knowing Southside at this stage in his life is whenever we go out to eat, we get 10% off, and I just give him.
Such crap.
All right, let's run through 5 smart financial New Year's resolutions as told by Ted
Well,
Jake in the
I'm
best
going
in
to
the
give you my
business.
first big one here, which is this is the time of year right now in January to shop all of your bills, every single one of them, especially utility, cable, etc. And you don't want to call the customer service department. You do not. You want to call the customer retention department because those are the people that have the power to make the deals.
Yeah.
And let them make you a deal. You know, if you had an original deal with your cable company like Comcast, you can renegotiate that deal. Or maybe there's a deal you didn't know about on your Verizon or AT&T or your phone. I would be looking at all of those bills right now. That can save you several $100s a month, and then you invest that money into something like an IRA or your 401k plan or something for your kids' education. Great opportunity to start off in the beginning of the year.
In the same breath, also credit cards and your interest rate, correct?
Oh, absolutely. You can either call the credit card companies, or there are a lot of zero balance cards now that you can transfer for 12 or 18 months and try and pay that sucker down now.
I just did that. I just did a transfer.
That's smart. I did that last year. It's
I had
the
to.
smartest thing.
Yeah, so I didn't have to pay interest. I got
Yeah.
behind. I gave the fiance a credit card. I was
Oh,
like,
boy.
a woman with a credit card.
I did the same thing. She's walking around with all kinds of cards.
Oh, my God.
That's how the relationships work. You know, it's 50-50. You make half and she spends half. That's how it works.
I now know that's no joke, Ted. One thing I wanted to ask you too about, how about credit card fees for I carry two cards that require fees, and they're big fees a year. And I'm like, ugh.
Well, the fees will only make sense if, in fact, it's a point program that can produce you more value at the end of the day. If you own a business or you have a lot of expenses and you can put them on a credit cards are no good if you're using that debt and it's spiraling out and costing you more money, but they can be very effective for those people that pay off their bills every month. So American Express might charge a fee, or some of these higher-end Visa, MasterCards. But if you get a lot of points, they can transfer into airline tickets, hotels, things like that.
All right, give us the next smart financial New Year's resolution.
Well, I've got a big one here, which is Ted's rule of thirds. And this is that you're going to get a raise this year or you're going to get a bonus. Save 1/3 of every bonus or raise going forward, and you will not have lifestyle inflation. You see, the problem is most people, as they get more money, right, more salary, more bonuses, they increase their lifestyle.
Right.
Then the 1 year you have a bad year, right? Management cuts your pay or commission levels go down.
Or you lose your job.
Or you lose your job. It's very hard to contract your lifestyle. So you save a third goes to Uncle Sam, and a third you have fun. Great rule to start off the year.
That's the best advice you've ever given.
Yeah, take a third aside. That makes plenty of sense.
Yeah. All
You
right.
have to, that way you don't strip yourself out of it. I would increase your 401k contribution by 1%. Most of you have not seen a paycheck yet this year. You haven't gotten a physical paycheck yet, just dial it up in the computer or call your benefits department. Just increase it by 1%. It'll be out of mind, out of sight. You will not miss the money.
Does that really make that much of a difference, just 1%?
Absolutely. Over the course of 30 years, it can represent hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket in retirement.
Wow, that's
just 1%.
That's great. All right, next up, smart financial.
Foreign
New Year's
here, to
resolutions.
Steve's point about credit cards and frequent flyer points, this is the time to get your points in order. A lot of people end up opening up different point programs, but they never manage them. How much do I have on Amex or Citi or Chase or Delta? If you're going to take a trip, look for point stretcher programs. A lot of hotels, if you travel at certain times of the year, if it's off-peak or even standard, you can get a better rate for a frequent flyer ticket, or for hotel points, they'll give you an extra night or two stay if you stay and travel during the right times of the year.
And some of these point systems are letting you cash out. I mean, you're not... it's not going to be, you're going to look at it and go, that's not fair, but they're allowing you to cash out or pay your bill with the points. So, all right.
And if you want to become like a point whore, then you can go onto a place called travelhacking.org.
Oh, I still got to tell you about my buddy and what he does. He works the system. I know I mentioned it last time you were in. That it really is sick. All right, go ahead.
And last up, just start a holiday fund now. Look, if you have a financial holiday hangover, now's the time to start your holiday slush fund for shopping next year. If you think about this, we have 330 days till the real next shopping season comes. If you save just $3 a day, that's going to be $1,000 you'll have in a slush fund ready to go for holiday shopping next year.
Slush fund is for Slurpees.
Yeah.
Boom.
Of course. I want you guys listening to do me a favor. When you go to oxygenfinancial.net, you can get a hold of Ted, whether you email him or call him or something. But if you have specific ideas outside of tweeting or emailing us on the show, and definitely for Ted that he could do a little research, that he can bring that information back to fine-tune it to what you would like to hear for this. I find this segment fascinating. I love talking about money. I mean, I know some people can go, it's a little mundane, it's your money, but it's not funny, there's no goose. I think it's extremely important. I love having
Money's
you
the
in.
name of the game. It's the way the world is.
And it makes you smarter and a better person. So I love when you come in, Ted. But if you do have ideas, go hit Ted up on the oxygenfinancial.net site. Any other information you want to give out, my friend?
It's not funny to get a letter from the IRS. That's no fun.
No, not at all. So you just want to give out the website?
Yeah, just go to oxygenfinancial.net. Look, if you're struggling with your budget right now, I've put together a special budget sheet for 2015 for your family that's easy to work with and easy to fill out, and it will get you started to figure out where your cash flow is going. Great way to start the year. Go get the budget sheet on oxygenfinancial.net.